Hi, my name is Julia Tucker, and this is my term project for 15112. For my project, I made a web app using Google App Engine for students to test their knowledge of the material covered in 15112. So let's begin. So questions are randomly chosen from a database that I've entered within my program of questions that I've generated from course notes and past quizzes and review notes for students to test their knowledge in a variety of subjects. So students will read the question and then can put in their answer, and then they submit their answer, which is added to a new database of user answers that can be referenced later to calculate their score and how they're doing. So they submit and then they continue on, and it compares their answer to a list of possible correct answers so that multiple correct answers can be accepted. The correct answers are stored within the question database under each specific question. So the user gets the result back, whether or not they're correct on the answer, and then they can continue on. And a new question is randomly generated. So then they read the question, put in their answer, submit, continue, and they're correct. So let's say they get the answer wrong. Let's say that this user puts in true. They submit, continue, and they're told that they're incorrect and the correct answer is false. The correct answer is in the form of a list because certain questions have multiple correct answers. So I wanted a way for users to have some flexibility with their inputs and still be able to have the correct answer. So in certain cases, there are multiple correct answers. So let's say the user puts in the wrong answer and submits, and then it continues. Here you see multiple correct options that they could have entered in and still been correct. So the user gets this input back, and let's say they decide that they're done. They don't want to test anymore. They can click finished, and it'll tell them their score. So it'll tell them their percentage and the number of correct answers they got out of the total questions that they answered. Then if they want more information, they can go to results breakdown, which will give them a list of topics related to the questions that they answered, and then within each topic it'll give them a list of their incorrect answers or their correct answers, or both if they happen to have both incorrect and correct answers. So then if they have the correct answer, it'll tell them the question and tell them the correct answer that they input so that they can review and see what they did right. And then in incorrect answers, it'll give them the question, their input, so they can see how they answered, but then the correct answer as well, so they can compare it. Now, let's say that the user is interested in learning more about the specific topics. They can then go to Learn More, which gives them a list of the topics covered by the questions that they answered, and then they can click on the links, and it'll bring them to the course notes related to that topic. And then if they go back to the page, they can return to results, return to the score, and then if they want to, they can try again, and it'll bring them back to the home page. Thank you for listening. This is my project, and that's it.